Hey, welcome back. Tyler, Theater Design Company. Going to do a kind of a deep dive into our lobby build, show you what's next on it. We have 3 pretty significant projects left to wrap up, 2 of which we will film and do some filming on, and then one that's completed in there we're going to do a film on, which is the video wall procedure. But I'll do a quick tour of the wine and bar cell area if you haven't seen it. So that's the entrance into the house. Everything here is under grade, so you're gonna have to watch the bar and wine cellar video to get a real good idea of this. Digital menu board, got all the industrial windows, full bar. Only thing it doesn't have is a dishwasher, which we're trying to figure out how to add. Really want a dishwasher down here so I don't have to take stuff up and down the stairs. And then more industrial windows looking out into the car collection. Behind that there's a workshop, tons of memorabilia. And then let me show you just a quick peek into the wine cellar. So wine cellar, again, we got a separate video for that. We're gonna do 3 videos all within about a week. So just look at our channel and the most recent videos and you should see all this. As far as technology, it's all Lutron Raw 3 with some Raw 2 keypads. KEF Q series speakers here. All the lighting control you see in here is all Lutron Raw 3, including the switches and dimmers. Let me jump in here and then I'll go into deep dive in it. So ceiling, probably gonna need one more coat because this paint is extremely hard to paint, but it's got 2 Stealth Acoustic 8-inch subwoofers. It's got 2 Stealth Acoustic 3-way ceiling speakers. You're gonna see that, I think, in episode 2 of how we put those in. That's the video wall. I'll go into that on a separate video. I'll highlight it a little bit now. We added a window into the wine cellar, which was a pretty sizable task. All new Eldorado stone. What we've done and learned on the stone is we've trimmed it with this nice wood. So it's a real clean look come through. It looks really built in. At our Christmas party, we definitely had a lot of people wondering how I did that and how it was built in. Digital movie boards, 43-inch Samsung. So we can do this one of 2 ways for you. If you're interested in this, we can supply you with both the digital movie boards player and the Samsung. If you have a 43-inch or a 55-inch display, you can use digital movie board product with your own display. This is obviously built in flush with its own frame that we built. Frame looks great except for one little tweak down here. So unfortunately I'm gonna have to redo that picture frame, which is a big bummer. Future updated video, that's kind of what our cinema door is gonna look like. That's 100% separate build and I'm really trying to dig into that one pretty in depth with a lot of technical because I think this door is going to turn out awesome and I've had quite a few of the lighting companies real interested in that. As far as new projects, we are going to add cove lighting up around this whole cove. So it's going to be DMX, so it'll be an RGB WW. That runs off of this Prolex controller, so we have full control. I wanted something that wasn't an app. You can just walk up and change the control. So we'll be able to come up and do different zones and change all this stuff. There is a separate RGB WW strip back here on this track. That's why this track is wider. One other thing that's not here, there's gonna be a stainless steel popcorn machine. We've done the toe kick lighting down here. Wine fridge where the vent's at, we've actually made that wood so it was nice and clean. We even added a little strip, that's about a 3-inch opening, but we added the light there to really build that all in. Knurled handles. Matched it with the wine fridge there, and then if you look in this cabinet you'll note that it's not full depth, and that's going to get into one of our future motorization products. And then our other project here that we're going to go over in this video is going to be our step lighting, so I'll go deep dive into that, and then future video on the video wall, so subscribe, take a look at that. So let me jump into one of our projects here that I'm pretty excited about. So these 3 machines here, and I'll do a link on I'll do a pop-up on what we had these set up in our old lobby. These are actually going to motorize out of here, so we're going to do a 24-inch motorization cut into this top. We've got another top that we can steal some parts off of, and we're going to have those motorized out. We're going to first do just an up down. Again, I want everything so that this can be used without any remote controls, so if my kid or wife or anybody else comes down, even someone that's just demoing at an employer or whatnot, they can just hit that without grabbing a tablet. But these will be our candy machines. They'll come out, and then we're gonna do a different candy LED sign. I found one that's a lot shorter. I need one that's about 6 inches long. So we have 20. Okay, so sorry about that. The camera died, so you can see it fade in and out. That's why. But the goal here is to have these 3 candy machines pop out about 22 to 24 inches tall total, which will match the popcorn machine that resides here. Those will have just a small little like 1/8 inch trim that comes out. So when you come in here, you will see that little 1/8 inch trim, but then that whole panel will motorize up. So we'll do a video on that. We're going to do a different candy sign that's about 6 inches. So when I did my math, I'm going to do 6 inches top of our candy machine, and then just enough room on the bottom to turn it and put a small little, clear cup in there. And then when that's up, that bottom will be flush with this. So it can just sit up and look as if it's a finished product. Or if you're having a big gathering, you can put some, appetizers or whatnot on this table. Or you could even, if you're just doing a movie and don't want the candy, you could have some popcorn stuff here. So that's the goal for this area. And again, I wanted to make this kind of niche, all look old world, kind of Tuscan stone, which I think I've done a pretty good job on it. This is like a Modena stone that you'll see. So a lot of that same stone and this stuff you'll see in Italy or, any of those countries you go to. They're, obviously using stone for most of their building over the years. So that project's coming up. I went over the DMX projects. That's the 2 that are coming up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pan back and I'm going to show you the lighting that we're going to do on the toe kit, because that's going to be a very custom lighting feature. And so we'll zip over to that. So you can see on both sides of that we have 3 openings. And then if I jump into these parts, let me grab these and I'll show you what we got here. And I'm just going to set them on top of one of our books here. So actually, you know what, I'll take these out with a little bit more light. And so the way this is going to work, if you're into any electrical, this is the same width of a J box, and that will sit into a J box with an RGBW strip. We're going to do 12 volt because it's only a few LED lights, and those zip around. And I've actually got a few of those already set, ready to go. I'll show you that on the same video. And then this was kind of a rough draft. Originally, we thought this size was going to work, but as you can see, there's a little slot here. So the way this is going to work, it's going to be RGBW light, clear plexiglass, and then this 1/4 inch aluminum that's powder coated. Now we've made the new one rounded to match our openings. It was easier for us to make them a little bit larger and make that light. So those are going to wash across and have 3 of those. So that's our lighting project. So some custom lighting. We're having the install template guys do their CAD drawings and build all this, and then they're sending those out to get created. We thought we'd get this to work. It just was a little bit too small in the wood and didn't look right. So those are the 3 projects coming up. So candy machine motorization, DMX lighting, and then gonna jump in and do the stair lighting coming up. And then the last update on this before we jump really into the theater will be the theater door, the cinema door, which we're on, I believe, episode number 2 of that. And we'll do an episode 3 and then a finished episode number 4. So I'm just gonna go over this real quick at the end of this video. So this will be our cinema door. As you can see, we had this all cut out with a big wood cutting machine, almost like a giant water jet, but for wood. Used a high-speed router. And what we're going to do is we're using a power transfer hinge to take and put a RGB strip in that's actually data driven. So only 3 wires. And then the cinema sign will light up blue. We're doing a big linear door handle. It's kind of a black or almost a dark bronze color to kind of match the hardware. We obviously got Lutron black. We got matte powder coated step lights coming in, and then that will be also controlled with the DMX controller as well as an app. And that will be the entrance into the theater, which we're working on. You can see in the background if you're looking in wood framing, but we do have our soffits built. And then we're really just kind of got the big quandary if we dig out and go 10 feet this way, or if we actually just do it kind of more like a lounge. I've seen it in a bunch of big New York projects, and I've done it in some homes here in Seattle where you've got a real small room. You just do real high-end display, row of like 4 or 5 seats. Viewing distance is still about 10 feet back, so not bad. We may end up just opting to do that because I think the excavation to dig down and out may be in the 50 to 100 grand range, which is just too much to put into this house or into a demo room. But you never know. So anyway, that'll conclude this video. So, like, subscribe, and you'll see a couple of these videos pop up within the next couple weeks of the motorization, the step lights, the cinema door, the DMX lighting. And then we don't really need to go over any of this, but we are going to do a full kind of a deep dive into the video wall construction. And I'm going to go ahead and conclude the video there, and you can take a look at that. But it is video wall is pretty epic to have in a home. If you have the means to do it, I highly recommend building one of these. They are not that expensive. You'd be shockingly surprised what it costs to build this. All right, thanks a lot.